Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Nona from thealignedlover.com. I have a new series for you. We will be looking at each of the 4 main seasons of the 12 seasonal color system and looking at examples of each subseason to give you more of a feel. Instead of looking at isolated shades, we'll be looking at photos that give you the kind of quality, the personality and energy of each subseason. And I'll also be giving you examples of natives wearing their lovely colors. On that note of lovely colors, that is exactly what the seasonal color system is aimed at. It's trying to guide you towards the most beautiful colors for you, the colors that will really harmonize with your shading. It's not an exact science, it's an art, so approach it with openness and softness. There's no magical formula that's going to dictate a set of colors that you absolutely have to wear. And just remember that the seasonal color system will offer you a probability cloud of colors that will most likely look lovely on you. Those are the loveliest colors, but there are also colors that will look okay on you, not bad on you, and then there are colors that will probably make you look a little bit sick or unhealthy. So that is also a spectrum. There's different ways that a color can interact with your shading, from really, really embracing and harmonizing with you to being okay to just really distracting from your specific beauty. All right, now that I gave that little disclaimer, let's get into summer. Summer is a soft season, low chroma colors, more mutedness, more grayness to it. And it's a cool season, so we're going to see more blues, greens, and pinks. Not a lot of the warm colors like yellows or reds or oranges. All right, let's start off with summer blues. Blues dominate the summer color palettes. Starting off with light summer blues that are tinged with just a tiny bit of warmth, just a bit of that yellowness. So think of turquoise or aqua or bright blue skies. That is a light summer blue. True summer blues are completely cool, no warmth to them. Instead of the Caribbean Ocean, we're looking at the Pacific, in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, the deepest waters. So think of very cool, cold, aquatic colors. Still has that kind of aquatic thinness or transparency or softness to it, but very cold. Think of dolphins or indigo dye. And then with soft summer blues, we get muted, but a little bit warm as well. So think of foggy sunsets or sunrises out at sea, more faded or antiquated kinds of blues, and blues that have just a tinge of gray warmth to them. All right, so let's look at some summer natives in lovely blues. So starting at the top, we have Gwyneth Paltrow in this gorgeous aqua. It just makes her skin look so creamy and her hair looks so softly multidimensional. In the middle, we have January Jones in this powdery blue. It's not a dusty blue that has gray to it. It's pure white mixed into it, and it just makes her look luminous, but not overly bright. And then we have Margot Robbie in a cornflower blue. Ignore her hair and makeup and just focus on her skin, and notice how the cornflower blue makes her skin look rosy beige and very luminous. Now, true summer blues, in the middle, we have Katrina Balfe in this gorgeous teal-like blue with this lighter blue and all of this mesh. And just remember that different fabrics tend to bring out different qualities of color as well. So this gorgeous combination of cooler blues, it's gorgeous. It makes her skin look flawless, and it gives her that soft radiance, kind of like a quartz stone. When you look at a quartz or selenite wand, it's not super bright and shiny. There's a bit of translucence to it. It's kind of like a moon-like lunar glow. Then in the middle, we have Megan Boone and this gorgeous kind of velvety dark blue, kind of like the Pacific Ocean blue. Absolutely gorgeous on her, makes her skin and hair look so beautiful. And just remember, when we're looking at these photos, some of them are being taken with a lot of flash, and flash can make skin and hair look a lot brighter and more saturated. So if you get confused as to why these summer natives tend to look a little bit more brilliant or clear, flash. And then we have Amelia Clark in this gorgeous, gorgeous kind of like French blue, and it just makes her skin look so good. It just brings out that gorgeous beige tone to her skin. And at the bottom, we have soft summer blues, hazy, stormy, soft. We have Bianca Balti in that kind of like translucent, kind of medium dark blue. And it really brings out that very faded, luminous quality of soft summers. It's like soft summers were painted with layers of very, very thin color. In the middle, that gorgeous dusty blue, and on the right, that softer hazy teal. Onto light summer greens. So light summer greens are going to be tinged with a tiny bit of warmth and yellowness, not too much. So think of a pale avocado or the slightly warm colors of a shoreline, of a Caribbean shoreline, or maybe the shoreline of a pond, and some very light succulents. Then with true summer greens, there's no warmth. It's a lot more blue-green. Think of like blue spirulina, deep ponds, the aurora borealis, deep waters. We're seeing more blue-green, and then some just completely cool greens. And then with soft summer, we're getting more hazy. Think of succulents. They tend to be kind of blue-green with that silvery, grayish kind of waxy film that makes them look so hazy. Sage kind of has the same thing going for it. Think of hazy velvets or the insides of kind of blue-green kale. Onto some examples. We have January Jones in a relatively opaque, kind of a rich, kind of teal turquoisey green on her. It really brings out the lovely pink lipstick she has on. This is one of the richer greens for the light summer, but I think it works really well, especially as an accent color. In the middle, there's Margot Robbie in that kind of like matcha latte green. It's a very light, soothing color on her. And then we have Lily Reinhart in this gorgeous pale bluish green. It's like Cinderella blue, but the green version. Just so dreamy and fairy tale like. In the middle, we have True Summer Greens, Amelia Clark, and this gorgeous, gorgeous green. Look at how it makes her hair look so flawless. It brings out that lovely lipstick she has on, and her skin gorgeous. Olivia Wilde in this softly shimmery, darker bluish emerald green. And then Megan Boone in that gorgeous color that's just making her eyes and her lip color pop, but not too much. It still has that softness to it. And on the bottom, we have soft summer greens, a little bit more dusky, grayish, darker. We have Sarah Jessica Parker in this softly shimmery, darker green, and it just looks very rich and almost creamy on her. Adriana Lima in this mesh, which again kind of plays with the different dimensions of color. Thinner, more transparent fabrics are going to make colors look a lot softer. And then we have Christy Turlington in this lovely kind of turquoisey teal with a lot of flash on her as well. All right, on to summer pinks. So light summer pinks. Think of peachy pink roses or really light sky pinks, daisy pinks, pinks that you would find in the pastry case or the bakery case. And then true summer pinks are so many rose bouquets, some raspberries, just so many roses, really. Rose pink, the range of pinks that a rose can be, most of them are true summer pinks. And then we have soft summer pinks, which are tinged with a little bit of gray or even like a cocoa shade to it. You can think of darker rosé wines. Some birds have that kind of grayish color to them. Himalayan pink salt, cactus flower, or hazy, darker pink sunsets. So examples of summer pinks, we have Margot Robbie, our new Barbie, looking gorgeous in pink. Barbie pinks tend to be more true summer because light spring pinks tend to be a little bit more corally, more orange-like. So if Barbie would wear it, most likely a light summer pink. Then we have Gwyneth Paltrow in this very whimsical light pink, and then January Jones in a plethora of light pinks. But take a look at her blush and lipstick. So perfect. Look at how it makes her hair and brows shine. And then in the middle, we have True Rose Pink on Emily Blunt, Kaya Scodelario in the middle with this like salmony pink. She looks so romantic and mysterious. And then we have Megan Boone in a raspberry pink. And raspberry is like the true summer version of scarlet. There's no real like red in the summer palette because it's just such a warm color. Reds for summers are just some version of pink. And on the bottom, we have soft summer pinks, more hazy, a little bit antiquated or vintage looking, or maybe touched by a bit of cocoa brown. We have very lovely, lovely soft pink on Rosario Dawson. It looks so sensual and almost like skin-like on her. And then in the middle, this like accents of darker brownish pink. And then we have Adriana Lima and this grayish dark pink. Onto yellows. Not a lot of yellow options, but when summers wear the right yellow, I think it's such a lovely color. It's just so, I would say, crisp and whimsical at the same time, but not sharp or bright. So light summer yellows are going to be tinged by a little bit of warmth, just a tiny bit of egg yolk or gold, but mostly pale. And then true summer yellows are going to be like the lightest butters or the lightest pastry creams, banana milkshake, lemon sorbet. And then soft summer yellows have more of that darker, muted quality to it. Think of melted beeswax or a lot of doughs tend to have this quality as well. All right, some examples. Margot Robbie wearing a gorgeous, gorgeous, slightly touched by warmth yellow. It just looks so softly luminous on her. In the middle, Gwyneth Paltrow in this pale yellow. It looks very almost like ethereal on her. And then Lily Reinhart in this perfect pale yellow. In the middle, we have Emily Blunt in this gorgeous, true, pale, cold yellow, like that lemon yellow. And then you have Katrina Balfe in that pale yellow, but in mesh, so it looks even more soft. So regal on her. And then you have Emilia Clarke with tinges of that yellow running through the embroidery of her dress. And then on the bottom, we have more of that kind of like dusty quality in Bianca Balti's almost bronzy gold blouse. And then Rosario Dawson and Adriana Lima are also rocking that lemon yellow. And finally, we have purples. Light summer purples, again, tinged by a tiny bit of warmth, like warmer lavenders, violets, but we also have the cooler hyacinths. True summer purples, think of amethyst or eggplant, plum, indigo, like blue, purple, and like succulents. And then soft summer purples are like dried lavender or darker eggplants, purple roses, hazy purple sunsets. On the top, gorgeous, ethereal, fairy tale-like purples, especially on Margot Robbie, Gwyneth Paltrow in a lovely, lighter, slightly warm purple, and Reese Witherspoon in a magical, like, violet purple. This color just brings to mind, like, candy that's, it's gonna taste more powdery sweet than fruity, if that makes sense. In the middle, we have Katrina Balfe in this gorgeous mauve purple, Kaya Scodelario in the perfect purple highlight for a true summer, in my opinion, and then Emilia Clarke in this gorgeous, softly shimmery, darker purple. And at the bottom, hazy purples, hazy mauves, hazy magentas. They have that sort of dusty, smoky quality to them, very soft. So that was it for my little like image-led guide to this summer shades, the variety of summer shades. Again, this is not like comprehensive or an exhaustive list of the different shades, but what I really want to convey is the kind of vibe or energy and nuance between the subseasons of a certain main season, the different spectrums, the orientations on the spectrum between like darker or lighter colors, lower or higher chroma, and changes in color temperature. So I hope this helps you recognize different colors in real life, and I'll see you in the next video. I'll be covering autumn.